Everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be all about the best skincare of 2018. So either products that I've used all year long or the ones that are new that I discovered and fell in love with. I'm just going to jump right into it because there's a lot, but there's definitely a mix of Western products, some French pharmacy products, and then mostly Korean, but then a few Japanese products too. So let's do this. Let's start with eye and lips makeup remover. I fell in love hard with the La Roche-Posay. This is their micellar water. I'm currently using the reactive skin one, but I used up a whole bottle, actually it's right here, of the sensitive skin one, so definitely used a lot of it. I was so impressed with this because for some reason in my head, French pharmacy products tend to be like very gentle. And obviously if I'm using an eye and lip makeup remover, I'm expecting to remove something that is very pigmented or waterproof or lash glue, for example. And I didn't think this was going to do it for me, and it did. It removes everything, doesn't burn my eyes, and I also use it sometimes when I'm lazy and I just want to remove everything very fast without having to use like a cleansing balm or cleansing oil. So if I'm just wearing a little bit of makeup and I'm lazy, this works perfectly all over my faces too. But yeah, I'm super impressed. You get a humongous amount and it's not super expensive, so I definitely recommend these if you are looking for a new eye makeup remover. I also wanted to mention that I'm not noticing a difference between the two. Ingredient wise, I think this one doesn't have perfume. I didn't even realize this one had. It doesn't smell like anything to me, so I would highly recommend checking out La Roche-Posay. Speaking of cleansing balm, the one that I used all year long was the Heimish All Clean Balm. I mean, it's very Instagrammable. It looks very pretty, but it removes everything. Doesn't burn my eyes, doesn't break me out. It's just everything that I want in a cleansing balm. Very, very simple. And this is my second one. So I used up the whole thing and I'm using this one now. Can't go wrong with it. Definitely recommend it. I don't feel like I was experimenting a lot with certain categories this year because I was breaking out a lot in the beginning of the year. And it was a mix of hormonal acne and also a cleanser that was breaking me out, and I didn't realize until way, way later. So I do feel like I kept some of part of my routine very simple, including for cleansers, because when I figured out what was breaking me out, I really wanted to go with something simple, and I fell in love again with La Roche-Posay. This is their Toleriane Dermal Cleanser, and this one is a bit more expensive than their hydrating one, but I wanted to, again, stay very, very simple ingredient-wise. There's not a long list in this one, and it's supposed to remove makeup, but I tend to use it either in the morning or as a second cleanser, so didn't really have that much to remove if there was anything. But I like that it's a milky consistency. Obviously this isn't empty, so there's like just a tiny bit at the bottom. You might be able to tell that it's like white. Didn't leave any residue on my face. I feel like milky cleansers tend to be quite moisturizing. Even though I have combination skin, I don't like something that is too stripping on my face. It worked beautifully. It lasted me for such a long time again, because this is the like bonus bottle that I had gotten. Like it was like get double the amount for the same price, so obviously I bought this for that, and would definitely use again, especially if I find myself struggling to find a cleanser that doesn't break me out, or I don't know what's been breaking me out. For example, I would definitely repurchase this for sure. I want to give a special shout out to another one because it is more recent in my skincare routine, but I fell in love hard with this too, and I mean, you can tell. I've used it a little bit. This is the Innisfree Blueberry Rebalancing Cleanser pH 5.5. So obviously pH 5.5 is definitely ideal if you want to cleanse your face without stripping your skin. Especially if you have acne prone skin, definitely recommend making sure the pH of your products is ideal. And again, very simple ingredients. This has blueberry fruit extract, but it smells like lemon to me, but also has glycerin and that word I hate to pronounce, allantoin. It's a very protective ingredient and it cleanses my skin beautifully. The only thing is the texture is kind of weird at first. It's like kind of a solid cream, but then as soon as it touches your skin, it melts instantly into that like almost a bit oily lotion. It doesn't feel oily on the skin though, and I feel like, again, removes anything left makeup wise. And it doesn't leave a residue, doesn't break me out, doesn't strip my skin. I've been enjoying this quite a bit, and I actually already have reordered. So exfoliation, I'm definitely a chemical exfoliating type of person. AHA all the way for me. I feel like some people will say BHA is better for like blackheads and AHA like more like texture, but I feel like AHA works for my blackheads too. So that's what I'm going with because it's not as harsh on my skin. It just, you'll have to test it for yourself and decide what works the best for you. But for me, AHA all the way. So it's COSRX AHA Whitehead Power Liquid. This I used all year long and I have like this amount left, so definitely worth the money. It's not even that expensive. I believe it's around $20. I feel like AHA tends to be more expensive than BHA in general, but it helps so much with the texture, the clogs, And even on my nose, I feel like any pores that I had is so much smaller, and it's pure magic for me. I tend to use this once or twice a week. I feel like people tend to overdo it. They get excited with the results and they tend to do it so much that they start just wrecking your skin, and then you'll end up with like really dry, angry, and also oily and acne skin. So definitely be careful with anything that is chemically exfoliating. But oh my god, if you use it the right amount, it just works beautifully. Cannot live without this. It lasts a decent amount of time, but yeah, like I said, it helps with the clogging, it helps with acne, it prevents acne, and it helps with my pores on my nose, and it's just beautiful. Texture of my skin has never been this good. We are now up to the middle steps, which are my favorite ones. I tend to break out if I just apply a thick moisturizer, and I feel like what helps the most for my dehydration is, again, the thin layers. So toners. The best one I've tried this year has to be the Innisfree Artichoke Layering Light Skin. I haven't heard anyone really mention this. It's a fairly new product, but I have fell in love hard with this one. The first ingredient is actually artichoke extract, which basically some products use different ingredients that might be more moisturizing than water to be the one thing that all the other ingredients are in. So instead of water, it could be like rose water, or it could be birch sap water. In this case, it's artichoke extract. It kind of has a scent to it, but it's not fragrance, it's definitely the extract. But I don't feel like it's a very strong scent at all. I put lipstick all over it. But it also has 3 different types of hyaluronic acid and some pentanol, which is vitamin B5, which also is a moisturizing and protective ingredient. But what works the best for me is the fact that it's super watery, as you can see. So I can do like 1 to 3 layers depending on how my skin is feeling, and it just really helps with dehydration. So my face doesn't feel as tight, and it really helps with the dry patches. So I've been really enjoying this. Actually, I've been putting it in this little guy, which I'll talk about at the end in my tool section, but a spray bottle. You can just easily spray it on top of your makeup even, which actually, let's go for it. It's super refreshing, and I can do a few layers either throughout the day or as I'm doing other things. So I can definitely easily apply a few layers of it. So I've really fell in love with this, and actually they have an intense version of it, which I need to test for the winter to see if it's more moisturizing, but I've been really enjoying this for like end of summer, fall, and now beginning of winter, even though I know it's not winter yet because we're in the beginning of December, but it's been snowing for a month here, so in my head it's winter. Essence. Technically I tend to use this right after my chemical exfoliator, but I'm just doing them in order of like thickness, I guess. Another product from COSRX. This is their Advanced Snail Mucin Power Essence. If you told me a year ago that I would put snail mucin on my face and enjoy it, I would have thought you were crazy, but this is life-changing. If you get this for the moisturizing side of it, you're probably gonna be disappointed. I feel like this is better for all the other reasons. First off, it's great at helping inflammation. So if you have red, angry skin, or if you have acne-prone skin, acne on your face, and you want to prevent scarring or just help any scarring that you have, this makes a huge difference. And I tend to apply, like I'll put this, wait 10-15 minutes, more 15-20 actually, and then put a layer of this. No irritation at all. I feel like if you are not used to applying chemical exfoliator, it's definitely more prone to like irritate your skin. This just calms everything down. I've also used this on my body anywhere I have scars, and they help the healing so much. So what I do is that after I've chemically exfoliated my skin, let's say at night, I'll put a layer of it, and then the next morning I'll do the same thing. And it just, no redness, no irritation. And if I do have acne, I'll use it almost like as a spot treatment, and it helps everything so good. I can't be without this. It looks brand new because it is. I've used up a whole bottle this year, so good. The texture is really weird though, like yeah. Don't get me wrong, it looks disgusting, but like I just put it on my skin. Actually, I have a swatch there, but like I put it on my skin for like 2 seconds and there's like nothing at all. So it won't be weird on your face for longer than like 2 seconds. So you get over it very easily, and it sinks in very fast too. Ooh, also mentioning, this is a great carrier. If you, for example, apply a few layers on your face and you feel like products are not absorbing, or if you want to include oils in your routine but you don't like the feeling, for example, and you want them to sink in faster, mix them with this, or even on top of it, and it just everything absorbs very fast once you mix it with this. I didn't expect to like this as much as I do. This is technically a toner. They're calling it a moisturizing toner, but I love the Dr. Jart Ceramidin liquid. I use it as a serum, hence why I'm including it here, because it's thicker than my other products. I fell in love so hard with this. This is targeted towards dry to very dry skin, which I definitely don't have. But like I mentioned, it's winter here already, and the wind and the cold and the heater can just be so harsh on my skin. And this contains a great mix of hydrator and moisturizer, so basically water and oil, and it just really helps balance my skin. I apply 5 drops morning and night. I've been doing that for like 2-3 months, and my skin has never looked better. It doesn't make my T-zone more oily, but it really helps with any dehydration and even dryness at this point of the year. And it will last me forever because, like I said, I use 5 drops morning and night, and I've used this for 2.5 months-ish, and I'm about like right here and there. So this is gonna last me all year, and it is probably the most expensive product in my routine, or almost. And again, it will last me easily like a year, so I definitely think this is worth the money. So if you have a dry skin, or if you even have like combination skin but you live somewhere that has quite harsh winters, I would definitely look into this. Eye cream has to be the hardest thing to find something that actually works. Like, I've tried so many eye cream and I've had so many bad reactions to them. A couple of them I've got like really bad cyst around my eyes, obviously not ideal. I also am very prone to milia, or they will just roll off my face, or they will not play well under makeup, and just I've tried them all, or it feels like. And I was struggling until I found this eye cream. This is the Origins Planscription Anti-Aging Eye Treatment, and this is the only eye cream I've ever repurchased. This is my 4th jar of it. I'm in love with it. I spent a couple months without it this year because I ran out, and it was the summer, so I'm like, oh, maybe I don't need an eye cream for the summer, and so wrong. I missed it until I recently purchased it again, and I don't want to be without it ever again. It has kind of a light creamy texture. It's not uber thick, which I feel like might be why it works so well for me. It actually moisturizes and doesn't do any of the bad stuff I mentioned. And yeah, I feel like it moisturizes. I feel like it smooths my under eyes. There's no more dehydration whenever I use this. I tend to use it mostly just at night, just to try and save some of it. When my skin was really dry though, I did apply it in the morning and it worked fine under makeup. I did obviously try to wait a little bit before applying my concealer on top of it, but if you have really dry skin, you could totally use this under makeup. And like I said, it's my 4th jar. I've never repurchased another eye cream. I don't really need to say more. Actually, some of you were telling me that you did end up purchasing this too, and you ended up falling in love with it, which is like literally the thing that makes me the happiest whenever one of my recommendations works for you too. But yeah, I'm not sponsored at all, but I want like a lifetime supply of this product. I also want to give a shout out to this eye cream because I've been calling this my under eye fillers for poor people. But seriously, shout out to the Mucin Snail Repair Eye Cream. Have you seen the size of this jar? This is humongous. It's a very lightweight gel. It sinks into your skin very, very fast. It does give you some light moisture and totally plumps your under eyes. The only reason it's not my holy grail is I think this might be breaking me out on my cheeks. I'm planning on testing it again very soon, but I'm hoping it's not breaking me out because this would become my daytime eye cream forever. Because again, have you seen the size of this thing? It just really works nicely under the eyes, especially with makeup on top. But yes, I'm hoping it's not this because I was getting like red dots like at the end of my under eye section. So I'm hoping it's not that. Chances are it might be, but you probably won't have the same sensitivities as me. Skin can be so tough to try and find something, but this is around like $10, $15, and it's like double the size as the average eye cream, so I definitely think this would be worth a shot. Moisturizer. I feel like if you've seen any of my skincare video, you probably already know what I'm going to be talking about because I will not shut up about this product. This is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer. I believe this is my 8th bottle of this. I think I'm officially not counting anymore. I went through multiple bottles of this. It's just the most simple yet effective lotion for me. I feel like the texture is closer to a lotion, so I'm calling it a lotion. It absorbs very fast. I used to use this when my skin was super, super dry, and then I stopped hormonal birth control, so I went super oily, acne prone, and then I'm like kind of in the middle right now. And it worked through all of this for me, which is like, what else can you ask for? Obviously, if you have super dry skin and you live somewhere where the winter is super harsh, you're gonna need something more occlusive on top of it. But the ingredients just work really well for me. There's squalane in there, there's some urea, which for some reason is super hard to find in products. Yet it works really well for me. There's some ceramides too. more moisturizing ingredients that work for me. I just don't want to be without this. That's another product I need a lifetime supply of. I just love it, can't recommend it enough. I've also converted a lot of people that I know to this moisturizer because you don't feel it on your skin. It absorbs fast, it does its thing, it doesn't play weirdly under makeup, so guys and girls, anyone that you know will probably enjoy this. Let's go back to acne product because I mentioned that my skin went through a pretty rough time in the last 2 years, and I wanted to recommend a bunch of stuff. I feel like usually I try to like stick to like 1 or 2 products in each category, but this is gonna be my exception. So let's go in like the most like tiny pimples to the biggest ones. So if I feel like I have a cluster of little bumps, either it's a reaction from products or I'm just having like a bad part of my face is just breaking out and I just want to slap something on top of everything, I use tea tree oil. I just feel like it works well for me. I use the Body Shop one because it's already mixed. I don't want to play with getting like 100% one and trying to dilute it properly. I'm not burning my skin. I'm not doing that to myself. So this is super convenient for me. This is, I don't even know how many bottles of this I went through. Probably my 4th bottle of this. Like I said, it just works well on those type of like patch of acne for me. So this just works for me, plus I don't mind the scent at all. If I'm having a bigger pimple and it's more like one spot or like, you know, a couple spots that are very like specific, I tend to use salicylic acid. This is the Ordinary Salicylic 2% solution. Super affordable. I'm pretty sure it's under $10. I feel like everything pretty much from the Ordinary is under $10. So again, this is my 2nd bottle, I believe, and I'm like halfway through it. It works really well. I feel like salicylic acid tends to be a tiny bit more harsh on me than like tea tree oil, so I can't put this all over my face, otherwise I will be dehydrated. But when I do have one pimple, I definitely want to kill it, and I feel like this works well. If all hope is lost and I'm having a humongous cyst popping, either I feel like I've had a couple like middle forehead and in between my brows this year. It's like my body's telling me that I'm becoming a unicorn and she just wants to be fabulous. And actually I had one like 2 days ago on my chin. Yeah, hormonal acne, right? So in those cases, what I do is I turn to this product. This is the Oxy 5 Vanishing Formula. This is 5% benzoyl peroxide. Some people use like 2.5% all over the face kind of as a treatment for acne. If I did that, I would have no skin. Like none left at all. This is super harsh and my skin reacts very strongly to it. But if I have a cyst, I just want it dead, and this does the job. So basically what I did with actually my chin, I would put this, like as soon as I would come home, do my skincare routine, and then I would put this on my chin. You could actually see it in one of my recent book video because I forgot I was wearing it, and I was still wearing makeup to finish the video, but it just looks like a white dot. I will wear this like all throughout the night, and then just before bed, I would rinse it off and apply some of this on top. This is the COSRX Pimple Master Patch, and what they look like, you have to get the red one. The black one is transparent, so it's very thin and it looks invisible throughout the day, but I don't feel like they're as effective as the red one. The red ones are thicker, but you get like 24 like this. There's different sizes, and I just slap one of these on top, and I feel like it either does one or two things. It either flattens the pimple overnight, which always fantastic, but obviously on a cyst you can't expect that. But my pimple literally lasted like 3 or 4 days. It just magically, this combo was just pure magic. So I feel like it brought it to a head, which I feel like never happens usually with cyst in like 2 days because of these two things. So basically this either brings to a head the pimple or will flatten it pretty much overnight. The logic behind it is more that it absorbs moisture and blah blah blah, but I prefer just mentioning what I see, and it just sucks all the gunk out. I mean, who doesn't want that to happen with their pimples? So I definitely recommend these. I do feel like these ones are worth the money, especially if I have a cyst, because I'm a picker, and if I see a cyst, I will want to touch it, and it's going to make things so much worse. So when I slap this on top, I just don't touch it, which is just what I need. Sunscreen. I feel like sunscreen is so important, and I don't know about you, but here no one wears sunscreen unless they're at the beach, which is a shame, but nobody likes the fact that it gives them a white cast, or it feels thick, or it just doesn't play well under makeup. So you gotta find a solution for this, and I obviously like the Biore UV Aqua Rich Watery Essence SPF 50+, PA+++++. This is just amazing. It is a light gel, kind of a light green color. It smells kind of lemony. It absorbs super fast on your skin, and you don't feel it at all, and it plays perfectly under makeup. What else can you ask for? I've converted so many people that I know into finally wearing sunscreen because this just is ideal. The only thing is that it's not waterproof, so if you're actually gonna go like do sports for hours outside or go to the beach, this is not ideal. It's much better than nothing, but on a daily basis, this is my perfect sunscreen. I highly recommend it. It's around like $10 too, so you really cannot go wrong with it. I love it. Mask, I have a few different ones to mention. The first one is a clay mask. I don't love clay mask, and I feel kind of alone here, because I feel like they're sometimes too drying, even though if I have like my T-zone that's quite oily, sometimes very oily during the summer. But I feel like my cheeks get red so easily, and I can even get so dehydrated that my face feels too dry after I do them. Except for this one. This is the Origins Retexturizing Mask with Rose Clay. It's a pink color, which is obviously very fun. But retexturizing, yes. I feel like it helps with the oil, but it doesn't dehydrate my skin. It doesn't irritate my cheeks. What I'll do is I put it on, wait until it dries, jump in the shower to rinse it off. And because of the texture of it, I feel like it just removes any dead skin on your face, and it's just magical. My face is like baby smooth after, like so smooth, so soft. And I'll usually just do like a few more layers of like hydrating things because everything absorbs so nicely. But I often use it also before I go to an event, because what's the point of having baby smooth skin if you're going to bed, right? So I've been using that for that too, and it works perfectly. This is my second one. I had one in Empty's video. I have like my palette of Empty's right there. That's why I keep looking. So I've used up a complete bottle. This is the newest one, and I'm very happy to have it back in my life. It just works really nicely. So if you're in the market for a new clay mask, I totally recommend the Origins one. Definitely worth it. Sleeping mask. I feel like not everyone is into them, but I definitely fell in love with one this year. It's unfortunately on the expensive side. However, you can get sample sizes on eBay and everything for like the tiny sizes, and you can get the same amount for much cheaper. So if you don't want the packaging, you can totally try it that way. But the Sulwhasoo, this is the Overnight Vitalizing Max EX, and I started using this, I believe, in February earlier this year, and I used it throughout the year, a lot less during the summer, obviously, and I'm just starting now to use it again pretty much every night, and this is straight up magic. My skin glows and looks plumped and just magical every time I use this. It does have a quite strong scent of, I believe it says ginseng, which really grew on me. At first I was like, ooh, this is strong, but now I'm like, yes, please, I want that on my face. But I do think it's worth the money. It's one of the most affordable products in the range, and like I said, I'm at like, I don't know, like about here. I probably have like a third of it left, and I used it quite a bit, so I think it's worth the money. I love this, definitely recommend it. Sheet mask. I want to mention two different ones. First off is the expensive one, but if you want to splurge on a mask, you need to try these. Those are the Dr. Jart Ceramidin facial mask. It's the same range as the serum that I mentioned. And again, it is targeted towards dry to very dry skin, but if you live somewhere that has winter, you need this. I've been telling people that if I were made of money, I would do one of these every single night, because it's so moisturizing without clogging my pores, which is like the best combination ever. And it's not super expensive. I've definitely seen some that are more expensive. I actually got this one on YesStyle. They have like a pack of 5, and if you get the pack of 5, depending if they're on sale or not on the website, you get 1 or 2 for free compared to the prices at Sephora. So if you want to get these, definitely recommending getting them there. But yes, absolutely amazing, moisturizing. They smell nice, and I feel like they're thicker than a lot of different ones that I've tried. I feel like I'm not really into the like kind of jelly feeling one. Like if they're like jelly, that's the best way of saying it, it kind of grosses me out a little bit. But this one is thicker and more like a milky consistency. Actually, if you have any recommendation of milky sheet mask, let me know. But yes, I adore these. I tend to do like 1 or 2 a month, especially during the winter, and I see a huge difference whenever I use this. On the more affordable side, I wanted to talk about these ones. Those are the Tassoon Pure Snail Mask. I've tried the Propolis one and the green tea one that I also like, and I need to try this one, the Pure Deep Seawater. But I find these very light and moisturizing. They don't clog my pores, they don't break me out, and I find that sheet mask just relaxes me. So whenever I have friends over who have like a movie night, you can just slap one of these and relax. Lips. The only lip balm that I've used at night throughout the whole year, because I wanted to test it, is the La Neige one. This is the La Neige Lip Sleeping Mask. I'm currently using the vanilla one. I use a travel size of the berry one, and I think I like that one better. And by the way, the travel one, don't be fooled, that lasted me like 3 months, and I've been using this one for 6, and I'm not even halfway through it. It's just ridiculous. This is the Never Ending Lip Balm. And I find that this is the most softening lip balm that I've ever used. I believe, I don't have the ingredient list on the back, but I believe there's like a very small amount of AHA in it, so it's not ideal for today. It's definitely a sleeping mask. But it really exfoliates the first layer of my lips, and I feel like any like dry patches are gone by the morning, and it's just so soft. I'm not sure it's the most hydrating lip mask that I've ever used, but I can usually just use like my toner or serum a little bit on my lips and slap this on, and my lips are very, very smooth the next morning. And usually it's still on my lips, and I am a mouth breather. I sleep with my mouth open, not very good, but this really protects my lips throughout all of it. And the vanilla one smells really nice. Like, it's a sugary one, but it's not overly sugary. I think it smells kind of like the MAC lipstick. So the last category is tools, and it sounds kind of weird, but you need to stay for that. There's like 1,000,001 headbands out there at this point, I feel like. But I've tried a couple different ones, and these are the cheapest ones that I've tried, and also my favorite ones. Look how adorable they are. They're so plushy and super, super soft. So they have like the cat ones, and they have the bunny ones, and these are like $3, I think. And they're my favorite ones. They are obviously super adorable, but like they're not too tight around my head, and I probably should try to put one on. Let's do this. Not ideal with my hair curled in the makeup, but gotta do it for YouTube, right? Yeah. I mean, am I not the most adorable person right now? You just need those in your life. And like I said, they're super, super soft. They're not too tight. You can easily wash them if you get like foundation or something on top of them. And like I said, $3. They're amazing. I can't live without these. I actually bought a couple for my friends for Christmas, so. And then last but not least, I did mention quickly the spray bottle, but again, this is like the best $2 or $3 I've spent in a long time. It has a little bit of a face, usually, when you get it, but it's not waterproof, so don't get it for the face. It's just, you know, you don't get to choose the color, but I don't really mind. Right now, I have, like I said, this toner in there, and the spray is so solid. I feel like sometimes I buy expensive products and the spray is so crap that it's like, why did I waste my money? But this one is super solid. It doesn't shake or anything, and it's a powerful spray, but at the same time it's very, very fine. You can barely tell even on the screen, but like, it feels so nice. So yeah, if you're looking for little spray bottles that are affordable, you need to get these two. They're just amazing. Now, special giveaway for everyone that stayed till the end. I'll put the details on the screen, but basically, I'm partnering with YesStyle. We are doing a giveaway for 2 gift cards worth $500 US to use on their website. So if any of these products caught your eyes, you're going to be able to get them. So just leave a comment mentioning which product you're interested in getting, and then comment about the little headband, and I'll know you've watched till the end. So that's going to be it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss any future videos. I will be putting on the screen other videos that I've done that I recommend you check out, including my best and worst makeup of the year. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.